Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. I'm repping Bruins gear today. Okay, look, the professional track season has been over for too long, and it's hockey season, and if you don't know, the other sport I love to watch is hockey, so we're representing. I don't even care. You know, it's the off season. I can wear whatever I want. Anyways, with that tangent out of the way, let's get into today's video. And this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while because does anyone else have those races where you watch them and you're like, I could watch this again and again? Like, I could truly watch this until the end of time and never get bored of it. Does anyone else have races like that? Because I do, and I save them all to a playlist on my YouTube. It's private. All my playlists are private, but I wanted to go through it with all of you today because I want to know, do you guys also have comfort races? And do you guys also have random obscure comfort races? Because these videos, whenever I'm having a bad day or whenever I need a little bit of pre-race motivation, pull up this playlist and watch a few. And some of them are maybe what you would expect, but some of them are not. And I want to know if you guys have your own favorite races because I'm always looking for new favorites. Like, if it's something you can watch over and over again, I want to hear about it. So let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, let's get into it. The first race is one that you might not think of when you think of a race you can watch over and over again, but I personally could watch this race forever, and it is the mixed 4x4 relay final in Rome 2024. Basically what happened in this race was Ireland pulled off a massive upset. I probably should have given a spoiler alert for the rest of this video, but like, these races all happened months ago, at least at this point, if not years ago, so you've been warned. But Ireland pulled off a absolute massive upset to win the mixed 4x4 gold. I think the thing that makes me watch this again and again is just, it's a little bit of a comeback from Ireland. Belgium was out hot through the first couple of laps, and it ends up being definitely a bit of a comeback, but I think one of the main things that also attracts me to this race and makes me want to watch it is just the reactions, because just seeing someone, because there are so many runners that just have so much belief in themselves that they are not even they don't even act that surprised when they win. And that's great. That's something I aspire to because I always struggle with my self-confidence when I'm racing. So that's something I aspire to be more like. But also, sometimes I want to see reactions that remind me of how I would react if something like this happened to me. And that's kind of what I saw here in this race. And I think that's why it's become one of my favorites. I've probably watched this video 100 times. I could narrate to you what's happening in this race probably without even looking down. But it was just truly such a special race in my opinion. I love European Championships. Some of my favorite races are from European Championships. This next race is from European Championships because it's the men's U20 race from Brussels 2023 European Cross Country Championship. This is U20, so Junior Cross Country Championship. And if you don't remember, this was the race. Like, it was the kind of one of the main races. Everyone wanted to know about Niels Laros. You know, we still all want to know about Niels Laros. Niels Laros will still make us all go crazy. And this race was kind of, I just love European cross. It's so gritty. It's almost unimaginable. Just the absolute conditions, especially in Brussels. Brussels, that course, that was rough. But seeing this win, this finish, it was all just absolutely incredible. And there's sometimes you look at an athlete and you're just this form is impeccable. It's mesmerizing the way that they can turn over their legs, and it just hypnotizes you. And that's what this was, because Niels Laros was upset in a massive way, settling for silver. Christensen of Denmark coming through in the closing stages with a blistering finish that I could watch 10 times a day, every day for the rest of my life, if we're being real. I love this race so much. Amazing athletes. They breed them like crazy over in Europe. And this is also shown in my next race that's a comfort race. And it's also from European Championships. This is from the, what is this from? Oh my god. I don't actually even think I know. It's from ESPU of 2023, I believe, European U23 Championships, and this is the 4x400 women's relay final. This race, I love watching the U23s again because that emotional component was there, and this race was a dive on the line win for France. Now, this is also like a personal thing for me because I love a lot of the French 400 and mid-distance runners. They hold a special place in my heart. But seeing this win and just honestly just the raw reactions, that is what makes this race so special and memorable to me. And also it was just like a very packed race. Things were changing, pieces were moving, like there was a lot going on. There's always something in this race to grab your attention, and this is one that I feel like a lot of people probably have not seen, especially because it like has like only about 600,000 views on YouTube, which is not the least of any of these, but I feel like a lot of people have not seen this race. And so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm going to link some of them. If not, I'm going to try to link all the ones that I talk about down below so you can go watch them, go marvel in them like I marvel in them. We'll probably honestly be watching them at the same time at some point because I watch these races so much. Like I'll probably be watching them tomorrow because I have a race tomorrow. The next one, I'll go through the next two because they're both a little bit, they're more, people have heard of them more, and that is the sprint finish from the women's marathon in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Sifan Hassan sprinting home to the finish, beating Tigst Assefa right out in the final minutes of the race, the final like minute and a half of the race, I think. Just an incredible race, an incredible showing. And then also from Paris, Cole Hawker's 1500 meter gold. I don't think I need to say much more. I don't think I need to explain those races. I don't think I need to explain why you can watch them over and over, because even the track and field editing community is not over these races. I see so many edits of them being posted every single day, and you know what? I love it. I love it because you know what? They're not over it and I'm not over it either, and I'll probably never be over it, to be real with you. But moving on to one that's definitely, again, not as well known, and that is the women's 1500 final from the European Indoor Championships 2025 in Apeldoorn. This race, I love indoor 1500s. They're such a vibe. They're so technical and gritty, and they're always interesting. Like there's always something to look at, always something's happening. And for me, one of the big things with these races is the finish. On that 200 meter track, I just feel like the finish looks so blistering, and so like you can really see how fast they're honestly going. Sometimes on a bigger track I think you lose that, but I think in indoor you can see a lot of it again, which I think is like really cool. And this 1500, what makes it the most memorable, again, how many times have I said like French 400 meter runners, French mid-distance runners, place in my heart. And Agathe Guillemot took the win in this indoor championship over Georgia Hunter-Bell, and a absolutely stacked field for a European indoors, especially in a championship year. I remember being so surprised that that race was as stacked as it was, considering everything that was going on at the time with prepping for world championships and stuff, but I was glad it was, because my friends, that was a race, and it was so good. It was so good. You know, go watch it. I don't even care. Click off this video. Go watch that race right now. It was so good. That race gives me motivation. Okay, I need to stop ranting. Moving on. We have the World Athletic Championships from Doha in 2019, and this is the women's 10,000 meter final. And what this race is known for is obviously Sifan Hassan, her pretty amazing, pretty dominant, pretty characteristic of Sifan Hassan victory. Look, in my comfort videos playlist, there are a lot of Sifan Hassan highlights. Honestly, you could probably like retitle this Sifan Hassan highlight reel and it would still work, okay? Because her kicks, her racing style, her strategy, her emotion, it motivates me so much. She is really one of the runners that like motivates me and inspires me the most. And so this race for me, I absolutely love watching it. I also love watching like 10,000 races because sometimes there's a little less going on. This race, there's actually quite a bit going on. But I do like to watch them. Like, I like to watch the replays of like 5K, 10K, those kinds of races. I like to like play them in the background when I'm doing work. I don't know if that's a weird thing. I feel like it might be. But you know what? Anything to watch a little bit more track and field, even if it's something I've already seen. And that brings us to this is another Irish one. I have a lot of France and a lot of Ireland's on this list because this is the Rome 2024 1500 meter final from the European Athletics Championships. This was honestly probably one of the biggest upsets I've ever watched. And Ciara Mageean, that's insane. I'm sorry, but that's insane. Once again, beating out the usual favorites like Georgia Hunter-Bell. It was just such a gritty, wild race. There was so much going on. The pacing was it was interesting. It was definitely a super interesting race. Came down to a sprint finish. And I don't know, something about those 1500 meter sprint finishes, I have quite a few of them on here because they're just so absolutely amazing. They're amazing. Watch them. This race too, it was gritty. You could tell, you could feel the grit in this finish. And that is honestly, I'm a cross country runner. I do obstacle racing. Like, I like a good gritty race. And this is like the epitome of that on the track. And so next, I also want to talk about, because honestly, I'm just putting all these in one category because I have so many on here, is all of the Faith Kipyegon world records. I have every single one of them on here. They're all incredible. Faith Kipyegon, again, one of those athletes, their stride hypnotizes you. Like, you could watch them turn over their legs forever and just be like, how do you do that? Like, it's insane to me. Like, how do you do that? It's actually crazy. But I love watching her. I'm such a big fan. Prefontaine of 2025, this past season, that race too, so good. Like I said, click off right now and go watch them if you haven't, although these again are some of like kind of the more well-known ones. But let's finish off with one. I have a lot more on here, but I'm not going through like 50 videos. I'm just kind of hitting the highlights. Let's finish off with one that maybe a lot of people don't think about, because this is the Oregon 2022 men's 1500 meter final, World Athletics Championships, Jake Wightman. And I know he had a really good World Championships in 2025 as well. And after this victory, he would never quite be the same level of underdog that he was in this race. But this, again, has to be probably one of the biggest upsets on this. There's a lot of upsets on this list, but this has got to be one of them. And I mean, this field, I forget every time I watch this race, I forget how incredibly stacked this field was. And just the kick, the final 400, honestly, the final like 600 meters of this race was just, it was perfection. It was chef's kiss. It was so, so good. And I I'm absolutely obsessed. I love the like pack kind of the pack work that happened in this race, the tactics and the strategy. I don't know how like comprehensible and understandable my commentary is for these. I'm trying my best, okay? But with that being said, I hope you guys go watch some of these races because they're honestly amazing. Some of my favorite races of all time. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your comfort races? What are your favorite races of all time? With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!